Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Jupiter Ascending. Sci-fi fans everywhere rejoiced when they heard about Jupiter Ascending for the mere fact that we finally have an original sci-fi feature. But does it live up to all of our hopes? Is it the next classic we all so deserve? Not quite. But that doesn't mean it's bad. So let's go ahead and review what the movie accomplishes. First off, surprisingly, I loved our leads. I thought Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum played so well off of each other. Mila Kunis usually kind of takes me out of things if she's not placed in the right role, but I thought she adapted well. She brought a lot of the humor to this role that it needed, and she had great chemistry with Channing Tatum. He also disappeared into his role for me. I didn't just see Channing Tatum with weird ears on throughout the movie. So once you have a good connection between the leads, I think it's off to a pretty good start. But really, I appreciated the diversity of the cast. We had strong females, we had all minorities in there. Maybe not Hispanics, actually. But most minorities were in there, and they had speaking roles, and they had roles of some importance. And honestly, that is a rare thing to find in sci-fi films. We usually are all white when it comes to these space odyssey adventures or Middle Earth, but it's great to see some racial diversity injected into a sci-fi fantasy. Also, outside of Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum, I was so happy to see Mbatha-Raw. She's having a breakout. I thought she was really good in this. She brought little nuances to her character, who is minor, but she made her stand out in those scenes that she was in. I also, I thought Sean Bean was good. He did his thing. I thought he did well. But really, I love Eddie Redmayne. He's really won me over. He's becoming one of my favorite actors. Did he oversell it sometimes? Yeah, definitely. But I thought he nailed the role. I thought he was so good. All of the acting was really strong, I'll say. Her family on Earth, maybe not so much. But all of the people up in space, I thought nailed their roles. You also will not be able to deny the beauty of the film. It is just a feast for the eyes. The world building is absolutely stunning. The gadgets that were created for the film are awesome. And the creature designs are also pretty amazing. I really loved those reptilian winged dragon lizard things that Eddie Redmayne is talking to a lot throughout the film. I also really like the little elephant guy who drives one of our main ships. I just thought all of the characters were really fun and cool to get to know and get to see. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind revisiting this world and this universe just to get to see more and get to know these characters more, see where they come from, see their lands, because I'm pretty sure they would be awesome. And overall, this movie's just a good time. You're going to have a blast in the theater. You're not going to take yourself too seriously. You're just going to have fun. And you're going to marvel at a technical feat while doing it. So, in that sense, I really think it accomplishes what it's here to do. And if a movie does that, I automatically call it somewhat a success. No matter what else happens throughout, if it accomplishes its goal and it accomplishes it competently, then you are presented with a successful film. However, the film also has plenty of problems to go along with the positives. The biggest problem that I think all of the others stem from is lack of originality. So it's gorgeous and the characters kind of have originality, but this is very much a generic sci-fi fantasy film. If I'm being completely honest, this could have been Star Wars Episode 1.5 because it looked just like one of the Star Wars prequels, and even the soundtrack sounded like a John Williams ripoff. So that's just always disappointing. It could have been any other film. It doesn't really distinguish itself from any other sci-fi. And that to me is a huge shock coming from the Wachowskis. They are known to either be hit or miss. They either nail it out of the park or kind of flounder away. Or you have Cloud Atlas, which I loved, but have very much mixed reviews. But the thing is, the Wachowskis usually have a deeper message in there. And this just felt like filler fun. It didn't have anything new to say. It didn't have any new ideas to bring to the table. Didn't have any new concepts, any new visual schemes. It all just kind of felt like a retread of other sci-fi films that we have visited along the years. And there was a small message about classism and the way the class system works. I'm assuming that it stays mostly here in the United States, but I think it can be adapted easily to other parts of the world. And that was nice, but it really only presents itself a little bit later in the film. And other than that, we do just feel like a fun, fluff movie. And that is really disappointing from these directors. And another problem was that there were stories that are opened and never resolved. There are 3 members of the royal party that are all siblings in this film. 2 of them never have any resolve. One of them, literally, we don't even know their motives behind what it is they did. We don't know their true intentions because literally they're just left off and we never see them again, never revisit that. Cool, we don't even see you for the rest of the film. Then the second sibling, we do know their motives, we delve a little bit deeper, but again, left off, never revisited again. And then the third is our main villain, and we do see his story come to conclusion, thankfully, but it's just disappointing to have these 2 people who are pretty prevalent throughout and play somewhat of a role just drop off the face of the universe. I also had some small quibbles, like how they would say, in this world or our world, and I'm like, weren't you just talking about the whole universe and how the Earth is not the only thing out there and it doesn't all center around the Earth? But that's a small quibble. My final big problem is that none of the characters were all that memorable outside of our main 2. They did have certain roles to fill, but everyone in this movie was just an archetype. They were just a placeholder in, we need Big Baddie here. And they don't need to have any kind of character development, just they need to be here. We need to have Pretty Boy here, placeholder. We need to have obligatory female princess in power here, who uses some sort of sexuality to get what she wants and show her sexual prowess here. So that's just what it is all around. They're all archetypes. They don't vary out of their archetype, and it's just frustrating because they don't really have any development because they're made to stick right in this little pocket. So overall, I do recommend Jupiter Ascending. It is a fun time at the movies, and that's all it really promises you it's going to be. And if you're going to see Jupiter Ascending, see it on the big screen. It is pretty. I saw it in 3D. The 3D is not worth it. They don't do anything with it. Save your money. But it's a spectacle to behold, so definitely go out, see it on a big screen. Maybe a matinee, but I wouldn't complain if I had paid full price for this one. So that has been my review of Jupiter Ascending. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, don't forget to join in on the conversation. Are you excited to see Jupiter Ascending? And what is your favorite sci-fi fantasy film? Let me know down in the comments below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!